Hello dear students, today the topic which we are going to cover is challenges in the field of OB in India. OB is nothing but organizational behavior. So first let's try to cover the objectives of this lesson. So what can you expect out of this? Well, through this interactive session you will be able to understand how cultural diversity aspects through challenges in the field of organizational behavior in India. Gain insight about significance of developing leadership skills, employee motivation and engagement, also work-life balance, talent retention. And the last objective is know about the practices that organizations should adopt to overcome challenges in the field of organizational behavior in the context of India. Okay, so before going ahead, let's first try to understand what is OB. So organizational behavior is the study of how individuals and group act within organization. Maybe some of you are already working. Just imagine how and your team members behave in the organization. It is crucial for understanding and for improving workplace dynamics. India's dynamic and diverse business environment present unique challenges to organizational behavior. As one of the world's fastest growing economies, India faces a complex interplay of traditional and modern values, making the management of organizational behavior particularly intricate. The rapid pace of economic development, coupled with culturally diverse workforce, demands a nuanced understanding of various factors influencing employee behavior, motivation and productivity. In this context of organizations must navigate issues such as cultural diversity, communication barriers, varying level of technological adaptation. In India, corporate landscape also grapples with balancing hierarchical structure with the need for innovation and flexibility. Additionally, socio-economic disparities and evolving regulatory frameworks add further complexity to organizational dynamics. Understanding and addressing these challenges is crucial for business operating in India to foster a productive and harmonious work environment. So let's discuss these challenges in detail. So the first challenge in OB comes as cultural diversity. Is it not easily guessable, because when we think of India, it is unity in diversity. So India's cultural diversity encompassing a wide range of ethnic groups, languages, religions and traditions, offering significant benefits to the workplace, such as diverse ideas. When the people from different regionalities come, they come up with the different ideas, innovative problem solving approaches and more inclusive environment. That's a good part, but we are here about to talk about the challenges. However, it is also poses challenges in harmonizing different cultural values and practices. One issue that majorly takes place is unconscious biases and stereotypes, yes, which can influence interactions and decisions in the workplace. Employee might make assumptions based on cultural backgrounds, leading to unfair treatment, or some employees might even miss the opportunities for collaborations. For instance, let me give an example. If a manager unconsciously favor employees from their own cultural background, it can lead to perception of either discrimination or favoritism. Have you ever experienced such thing or witnessed such thing? Just think when I'm giving the examples. And a scenario might also involve like a manager from a North India preferring to promote team members from the same region, causing resentment among other employees. Also, varying cultural expectations regarding leadership and authority can also sometimes create tension with teams. In a scenario, let's take an example, whereas a Japanese manager who values consensus and top-to-down approach leads a team of Indian employees who are used to more democratic decision making, then the friction can arise if manager does not adapt to the style of to accommodate the team's expectations. He needs to adapt to Indian culture, isn't it? Implementing cultural sensitivity training to educate employees on different practices, fostering mutual respect and understanding, develop inclusive policies that respect cultural practices such as flexible leave for religious observance and diverse dietary options. Additionally, celebrating diversity through events like multicultural festivals or potluck lunches featuring various cuisines can help to overcome these challenges. So now let's go to the second barrier. It's the most common barrier, not only in OB, you take in any context, this often happens, and that is communication barrier. In a diverse workplace, it can arise from linguistic differences, varying cultural norms and different expectations regarding hierarchy. Okay, so these challenges can hinder the efficiency, also the effectiveness of information exchange and team collaboration. Now let's see what is linguistic differences. In a multinational company with employees from various countries, language barriers can create misunderstanding. When English is not someone's first language, it can be hard to understand the finer detail and subtleties in conversation, or writing might be lost, so leading to confusion or errors in project execution. For example, a marketing team might misinterpret client feedback if the language used is ambiguous and culturally specific. Sometimes you might watch English movies and you might find it difficult to understand the accent, and we depend on the subtitles, is it not? So that is in a way can taken as example for communication barriers. So even different cultural norms can affect how information is conveyed and received. In some cultures, indirect communication is preferred to avoid confrontation, while others value direct face-to-face communication. So for instance, in a team where some members are accustomed to indirect communication, a straightforward critique from a colleague might be perceived as arrogant and rude, or sometimes even harsh. So also, varied expectations regarding hierarchy can impact communication flow. In a company where employees come from cultures with a strong hierarchical structures, junior staff might be reluctant to speak up or offer opinions, is it not? This happens mostly if you observe even in the government sectors, even when they have a highly valuable insights. Conversely, in a more democratic workplaces, employees might be expected to have an open dialogue and equal input from all levels, but that might lead to frustration in senior leaders because they have difficulty in accepting and they do not engage in this way. So what's happening here? Company is missing a valuable input and feedback. I hope you might have also experienced. So the next challenge is change management. Whenever change comes, a stress starts. So it is another significant challenge in Indian organization context. Employees often exhibit resistance to change due to deep-rooted preference for stability and familiarity. So now this resistance can stem from a fear of unknown, a lack of a trust in management, or an attachment to the traditional style of working in day-to-day life. In many Indian companies, hierarchical structures and established routines are deeply ingrained. Employees may feel comfortable with the routine status quo and view change as a threat to their job security. You might have witnessed these things. Overcoming this resistance requires effective change management strategies that involve employees in the process, providing adequate training and communicate the benefits before announcing the change. For example, a traditional manufacturing company in India introduces new automation technology to streamline the production. But many employees, particularly who have been with the company for decades, might resist the change because they are accustomed to that routine manual process and they have a fear that what if I don't, get used to this technology, I might lose the job. And they may be reluctant to adopt this new system and they might prefer staying outdated. To address resistance to change, companies can involve employees in the change process, provide adequate training and communicate the benefits. Building trust through transparent communication and demonstrating management commitment to change can help ease resistance. Let's give a more simple example. Let's say, a small organization, earlier they used to have an attendance where they used to give their attendance in a register. But now they might have announced that the biometric system will start and employees might start resisting because they might think, oh, what if, what if I have a band-aid, what if I have a mehendi, what if don't register? They are, trying to be very strict. This is also a small change resistance which, organizations might face. The next thing comes balancing traditional and modern management practices. Indian organizations often find themselves at the crossroad of traditional hierarchical structure and modern flat organizational models. So if you see the bureaucratic government structures, they are traditional. If you go to and see the MNCs, the call centers, they are more of a model. So traditional management practices in India are characterized by centralized decision making and respect for seniority. In contrast, modern management theories advocate for decentralized decision making, empowerment for employees and flat organization structures. So balancing these two approaches can be challenging. On one hand, employees may be accustomed to the clear change of command and authority of a senior leaders. On the other hand, there is a growing recognition of the need of agility, innovation and employee empowerment. So managers must navigate these competing paradigms to create a balanced organization structure that leverage the strengths of both traditional and modern practices. Structure that leverages the strength of both traditional and modern practices. For example, in many Indian companies, decision making is typically centralized with senior manager holding most of the power. Introducing a more decentralized approach can lead to resistance from both the managers and employees who are accustomed to the traditional hierarchy. For instance, a family-run business might struggle to implement modern management practice because they feel that, their power will go, and that employs lower level employees to make, decisions. Well, gradual implementation of modern practices with a clear explanation of their benefits can ease this transition process. Next comes workforce diversity and inclusion. So before going to that, I would like to bring to your notice that this challenge overlaps a bit with the cultural challenge, okay? But yet here we are not only talking about the religion, the regionality, we are also going to, it actually encompasses gender, age, socio-economic background and education diversity. India's workforce is becoming increasingly diverse and organizations must create inclusive environment where all employees must feel valued and respected. For age diversity, if company doesn't address generational differences, younger employees might feel frustrated by the slower pace of a technology adoption from older colleagues, while older employees or the senior employees might struggle with the new technology and feel undervalued because the younger one will be good in adapting the technology. Now this can create tension and hinder teamwork. A younger staff may bypass older workers' input, and older employees might resist changes, so leading to decreased productivity and morale. Now regarding socioeconomic background, diversity, if the company does not offer any financial assistance, employees struggling with financial issues or family responsibilities might face difficulties in meeting work demands. Now coming to gender diversity, this is one of the most important thing. In particular, present both opportunities and challenges. While there is a growing awareness of a gender diversity, many Indian organizations still struggle with gender biases and stereotypes. Women may face barriers to advancement and may not have equal opportunities for leadership role. Addressing these issues require comprehensive, diverse and inclusion strategies, including unbiased hiring process. Let's say a manager who believes that giving a job to a woman is difficult because she might ask a lot of leaves for family responsibilities, so that is a gender bias. Okay, also providing diversity training and encouraging open dialogue can help in managing diversity effectiveness. So the next challenge is motivating employee and engaging the employee. A company manager might have successfully recruited a good, talented employee, but there haven't ends the story. Here where it starts, because ensuring high levels of employee motivation and engagement is crucial for productivity and job satisfaction. But several factors can negatively impact motivation. Monotonous job roles, for instance, can lead to boredom and disengagement. For instance, in a call center, employees performing repetitive tasks may feel disengaged and unmotivated, daily taking calls, interacting, convincing the clients. It's years together. If it is same thing is happening, they might feel, unmotivated, leading to high turnover rates and resulting to decreased productivity and high absenteeism. Inadequate recognition is another critical factor. If top performing employees such as sales associates in a retail chain are not acknowledged or rewarded for their contribution, they might feel undervalued. Why they have to stay in an organization? Now this lack of recognition can lead to decrease in morale and engagement, as employee might not see the benefit of putting extra effort if their achievement goes unnoticed. In India, where the workforce is increasingly ambitious and driven, addressing these issues is particularly important. Companies can improve employees' motivation and engagement by offering various job roles, clear career advancement opportunities, and regular performance feedback. Implementing recognition programs such as Employee of the Month Award and performance bonuses can also help in making employees feel valued and appreciated. By creating a supportive work environment that recognizes and nurtures employees' contribution, companies can foster a more motivated, satisfied and committed employee or workforce. And then comes employee feels comfort, secure when they have a good skilled leader, and there comes leadership development. Effective leadership is crucial for organizational success, but developing leadership skills remains a significant challenge in many Indian organizations. Traditionally, leadership roles in India have often been assigned based on seniority, tenure, or familial ties, especially in family-run businesses. Now, this approach can result in leaders being promoted due to their long service or family connections rather than their actual leadership capabilities. For example, in family-owned manufacturing businesses, leadership positions might be filled by relatives of the founder, regardless of their experience or leadership skills. Now you tell me, if employees feel that the leader position have got for him only because of his connections rather than the ability, do you think employees respect that leader? Just think on these lines. Now, this can lead to inefficiencies and poor decision making, as these leaders may lack the necessary skills to manage modern business challenges effectively. Such practices can also hinder the promotion of more capable and experienced managers who could bring innovative strategies and fresh perspective to the organization. Moreover, many Indian organizations may not invest sufficiently in formal leadership development programs, which means leaders are not born. Sometimes they have to be trained, which further exacerbates the problem. Without structured training and mentorship, emerging leaders may lack the critical skills needed to inspire teams, manage conflicts, or make strategic decisions. Now, this gap in leadership development can result in a lack of vision and direction. This gap in leadership development can result. To address these challenges, organizations need to focus on creating robust leadership development programs that emphasizes merit and capability over the seniority or connections. This includes implementing comprehensive training programs, offering mentorship opportunities, and providing clear pathway for career advancement based on demonstrated leadership skills. So next comes work-life balance. So maintaining a healthy work-life balance is becoming increasingly important for employees in India, especially given a rapid pace of economic development, high job demands on long working hours. This issue is particularly pronounced in sectors like IT and finance, where employees frequently work extended hours to meet tight project deadlines, leading to elevated stress levels and burnout. For example, IT professionals often face rigorous schedules of complete complex projects on time, which disrupts their personal lives and contribute to a poor work-life balance. Here, I am mentioning IT sectors, but there are many other sectors which are very less studied, where they work for pronounced hours. Neither the employees nor the managers have that awareness that they have a right for work-life balance. Similarly, finance sector employees may experience intense pressure and long hours, resulting in exhaustion and decreased productivity. Women in particular face additional challenges balancing professional responsibilities with domestic duties, which can exacerbate these issues. Promoting a supportive work environment that encourages time management, along with offering wellness programs and resources for mental and physical health, is also crucial. Providing targeted support for women, such as child care assistance and parental leave, can further help them achieve a better work-life balance. A big MNCs like HSBC and all actually started introducing these facilities in their respective organizations, and this will reduce stress and enhance overall productivity and job satisfaction. And then comes talent retention. This is a bit overlapped with employee motivation and satisfaction. Attracting and retaining top talent is a major challenge for organizations in India, particularly in competitive sector like IT and finance. Why? If there is a talented employee, definitely other company will be ready to lure that employee and get into their organization, where high attrition rates can significantly disrupt operations and increase recruitment and training cost. Do you know how much it costs to recruit one employee, train him on board and make him work? A company invests a huge amount. So employees often leave for better opportunities, high salaries, and sometimes for a more fulfilling roles, creating a constant cycle of turnover. For example, let's assume a leading IT company in Hyderabad might struggle to keep skilled software engineers who frequently receive lucrative offers from competing firms. Now, this high turnover can lead to project delay, operational inefficiencies, higher cost associated with recruiting and training, new staff. To address these issues, companies should offer competitive compensation packages, provide robust career development opportunities, and foster a positive work environment. So, next challenge which we often face in a production sector is regulatory compliance. Regulatory compliance is a significant challenge for organizations operating in India, impacting various aspects of organizational behaviors. In India, regulatory environment is complex and continually evolving with numerous laws and regulations governing areas such as labor practices, taxations, environmental standards, and corporate governance. Ensuring compliance with these regulations is crucial but can be challenging due to their intricate and dynamic nature. For example, Indian companies must navigate a wide range of labor laws that govern employee rights, working conditions, and compensations. This includes compliance with regulations such as Payment of Gratuity Act, the Employees Provident Fund Act, and various state-specific labor laws. Failure to adhere to these regulations can lead to legal penalties, reputational damage, and disruption in operations. The next challenge comes ethical dilemmas and integrity. Ethical dilemmas and maintaining integrity pose a significant challenge for organizations in India. As business navigate a complex landscape marked by diverse cultural norms, varying legal standards and competitive pressures may make some companies to break ethical issues. For instance, in a sector like real estate or government contracting, companies may encounter situations where unethical practices such as bribery, corruption are prevalent. Employees might face pressure to engage or overlook such practices to secure business deals and performance targets. This can create more conflicts and undermine organizational values, leading to legal repercussions and reputational damages. So with this, it's a time to summarize this lesson. We explored the unique challenges faced in the field of organizational behavior in India. These challenges include resistance to change, communication barriers, managing diversity, balancing traditional and modern management practices, developing leadership skills, employee motivation and engagement, work-life balance, talent retention, ethical dilemmas. To address these changes, organizations can involve employees in change processes, enhance communication, promote diversity and inclusion, blend traditional and modern practices, develop leadership skills, motivate and engage employees, promote work-life balance, and retain top talent. Understanding and effectively managing these challenges can help organizations in India to improve their productivity, competitiveness, and overall success. I hope this lesson have provided you the insight of what are the major challenges often India faces related to organizational behavior. Happy learning. Thank you.